Welcome again to my channel, Life with Jennifer JM. I am your girl, Auntie Jen. Yes. Let me tell you something, my viewers, my friends, and my subscribers. When I observe, and thanks be to God that I have garnered a lot of information to what life is all about. This is what I observe with life, my people. No care what you do in this life, watch out for opposition. Watch out for those who are going to speak all kind of something about you. Even those in your own circle are going to say something. I'm going to show you something in life, you see? And I want you to follow me. I come to what my office, but listen this little bit. You see in life, like I remember, before I go to church, you see? The preacher used to preach and encourage me to come to church because I get my life saved and make my life better and all of that. I used to, when we go into the church, the same church people then start to say, you're this and you're that. And start go back to my past of when we used to carry mango, when we used to gamble. And because I change my life and all of that. The same people, them in the same circle, I say all manner of evil. I say this to say that I start this YouTube channel and I usually to do morning devotion. I remember many days when I have nobody come watch it, and I would take the phone and put it in front of me, like in front of me, and click on it and I say one person I watch. I remember one day watching a clip and the clip said just do your live and leave them because sometimes people will watch them after that. And I realize that when I do them sometimes I say 1 and 2, 4, I may get 6 until you get, till little by little it I get a couple more and I start invite people to come watch it. Some of the very church people then say them never have a time for watch my video. Some of the very church people who I know criticizing used to say them never have a time for watch my video. When me I teach solely Bible. But see, from the moment I start to venture out otherwise, the first thing that give this channel a break is when I start to talk about Leoda case, Philip Palwell, and the whole thing with the baby mother. Everybody want to hear that. Christian, hey, since then when I get back one video go that viral again. 60 odd K. And I could have barely but get few people to watch. When I was doing said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. No. Is anything that I do at this stage in my life that I feel comfortable in doing? I don't want nobody advice to tell me what I should do and what I shouldn't do. Because when me think me should have do for make it please people, it still was a pleasing people. So now that I find myself doing what I love to do best, let me tell you something about politics. That's something that I have been following for a long while. I always talk about politics. Who know me? There's a brother at church that know me well. Sometimes when church over me and him stop, and especially for election season, we are discuss and we are talk about it. Long time me attack it, it's just that me never come public. That's why I fool with a lot of Christians. Because if you know who the real person is how we interpret them by what we see. But because when somebody come out and be who they want to be, then somebody will criticize and say, oh, you're not fit to do this, oh, you're not fit to do that. Me don't like you do this, me don't like you do that. At the same time, you do all kind of something when me can't tell you not to stop doing. Me just show you how me realize. So guess what? Me gonna do what please me best. Anyway, I was watching this clip. And when I watch a clip, I say, no man, the clip really have some vibes in it and some joke. I want you to take a listen to this.
Roman Red Bull, when you're under the influence of Pentequila, you're cross, angry, and miserable. When you're under the influence of mackerel, you take the people man. When you're under the influence of popularity, you post beard, breast, leg and tie, like you're a KFC. When you're under the influence of Valiant, you turn gun spot, because you don't have no subject. When you're under the influence of secular music, you become a party goer. When you're under the influence of gunmen, you become a gangster. When you're under the influence of YouTube influencers, you become a prankster. But when I'm under the influence of the Holy Ghost, I'm going to preach it until I reach it, because I'm all in. I'm in spirit and ready and prepared for service.
Yes, Pastor, yes. So let me tell you now. Now, when you're under the influence of Andrew Holness, yes, people, you have to have 28 bank account. Yes, you have to have 28 bank account when you're under the influence of Andrew Holness. Let me tell you something. You have to have 3 company where you're not filing a tax return. When you're under the influence of Andrew Holness, you not put your wife's name on your bank account. Lord have mercy, we can preach a gospel. We can preach a gospel for bro God. Yes, you preach a gospel of bro God. When you're under the influence of bro God, you channel money through one part and go through the other part. And then you go to the other part. And then when you're under the influence of Andrew, no, let me say bro God. Bro God. You know, say somebody upset how me a call his name. That we are call up in my name for? We are call up in my name for? You're not afraid the man come make your hand alive. Anyway, but when you're under the influence, you just get somebody put your son for work as in terms a certain institution, and then now you can go to the institution and you get all $50 million for you just get loan without nothing at all. When you're under what? The influence. When you're under the influence of the one and only and the first Prime Minister of Jamaica, with this dirty cloud hanging over, we are in a bad situation when we are under certain influence. Certain influence makes scamming take over the whole place. The place are run like a wild west. The place are run like a wild west. Anyway, that is just the humor part of it, but a serious something, as we all know about the IC case and all we are going. Every day everybody unfold more and more. Honestly, I never know much further I can go, and I say report it too complicated for read. But anyway, I put out a video about Mark Golding speaking about the cancellation of Parliament. And I see they came out now today denying that there was no cancellation. But I'm going to show you that after Mark Golding came out and said that he will convene his own Parliament online and discuss the findings of the Integrity Commission report. They tend to do it, but I wanted to take key note of what Edmund Bartlett put on. They put out a statement, but there's no agenda for the meeting. So what does that tell you? You can't fool nobody over here so again. So it makes sense you're not going to come with a look of thing for believe, so you're not going to fool nobody. We're not underneath no influence. We're not under for no influence. So you cannot influence, you can only influence on a die-hearted set of people, but you cannot influence we, because we're wise on that, and we are much more smarter. We are wiser and we are smarter, my viewers and my friend and my subscriber. So now make me know, tell me what you think. Under whose influence you want to be under? As I hear the preacher preach, hey, sometimes we have some serious preacher for preaching. No, sir. Well, my sermon is titled, Not Under